going on, all you cool cats and kittens? Sorry, I couldn't resist. I just got done watching the Tiger King, and I thought it'd be the funny thing to say. Anyway, it's JD. So we're just gonna put the finishing touches on the cage today. But I got curious, so I was walking around the shop looking at this thing. So I'm only planning on doing very little, and then I need to finish welding this whole thing, clean it up, and get a swing arm mounted to it and see where we're at and what it looks like. Shock mounts will be next after that. So gonna need the swing arm to kind of figure out my shock mount deal. So I got to thinking, weight wise, it's been on my mind a lot. So what I have here is a piece of 065 tubing. It's roughly 6.5 inches long. I just picked a piece of scrap up off the floor, and we're gonna put on a scale here, and let's see what our scale says. Oh, what's that say? A lot of glare. 6.4 ounces. 6.4 ounces for every 6.5 inches. So, if I rounded, we're looking at, for every inch, we're looking at an ounce. So, I did the math. Times 35 is 420. 420 ounces. And divided by 16. And this is really rough. We're going to see how good I am at the end of the day. 420 divided by 16 comes out to 26.25 pounds. Now, keep in mind that a lot of tubing there is only 1 inch, so it's going to be lighter yet. This is going with the 1.25. So hopefully this whole cage, and I'm sure it's not going to be written in stone, but what are the chances that whole cage weighs somewhere around 26 pounds? And I'm guesstimating on the steel that I used. So if that's the case, then that's pretty golden. The real test is going to be when we roll the whole thing on a scale. Now, the thing is, I didn't do it before and after weight because I started this project before we got the race scales. So we're just going to have to see. My goal weight is to be, I'd love to be somewhere way under 500 pounds. That would be awesome, but we'll have to get the motor mounted and everything else. And then keep in mind, I still have to do the electronics. That's going to be in a box. My plan is to, I ripped all the wiring out of it, and my plan is just to put a box over here that's easy for me to reach when I'm strapped in, so somewhere near the passenger seat, kind of like what I did on the Carbide project. And it's going to be, every electronic piece is going to be in there, solenoid. I'm thinking about putting the battery in the box also. I just don't know if every time I need to check the battery or whatnot, if I want to take the screws off the top of the box just to get access to that. So I'm not sure quite how that's going to go, but most of all the electronics is going to be in that box in the cabin, and I'm just going to run a wiring harness to the motor. So what I'm thinking of doing here is the one part that's left, and I could have gotten, I was looking to maybe get into, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking about doing. What I'm going to do is probably cut these tabs off right here for the old cage, and I'm just going to bring a shoulder bar from here to here and tie that in, and that'll really tie this into the frame, because basically all this rear stuff that I've got going on with the gas tank mount and the rear hoop, it's all hinged on this main hoop here. So I'd like to tie it one more place into the frame, which would be down over here. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is, again, for the front bars, we just have them coming right there. Now, I don't want to interfere with any room. I pretty much know I like the steering wheel where it's at, so what I was kind of thinking about doing, just to make it look cool and be fancy and tie that in, is either A, I could run another bar across here and just bring a piece down here, but I thought it might be cool to bend two pieces and have them just kind of curve up to here and curve up to here, and that'll tie that into the frame and keep this pretty rigid too. I don't think weight-wise is going to be all that much more, you know, packing on the pounds, but I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get on that. I guess I already have the 1-inch die in the bender now. It doesn't make sense to tear it out, and I have to do a couple of exhaust pipes today for customers. So I know the end game is I'm going to need the 1.25 in the bender to do the pipes. So I guess like I guess I'm gonna go ahead and decide whether I'm doing this front pieces now while the 1 inch is still there and the tubing's still in the bender. So let's stop talking about it and let's get on it, I guess. Alright guys, I think the cage is done. I just got to go through, weld it, grind it, clean it up, get it ready for paint. There's a couple things I want to do yet. Shock mounts is one, haven't gotten to that yet. And got to get the rear shock mounts welded on. And the other thing is the seat. Putting it back in, I'd like to make it somewhat adjustable. I just haven't figured out how I want to do that yet. At least with a tilt adjustment. I think I'm going to be able to set it back a couple inches, which might give me a little more leg room. So I'm hoping that comes in handy. But I want the back adjustable tilt-wise. Reason why is there's a couple races I was real uncomfortable, and I suggest that it's I was under the impression if the seat was tilted up a little more, it wouldn't hurt so bad. So anyway, I'll give you a quick look. There's our little front doohickey things, our little supports. Kind of looks pretty cool. I dig it. I thought it'd be easier to get them even than they were, but it took me a little bit of work. And then got these kind of shoulder bar deals that ties this cage into the rest of it. And I notched them wrong, so I had to do some filling in. And of course, the frame blew a hole in it, so it took me a little while to get that done. But I got some cleaning up to do. So I would say cage is done. Just got to do some tab work on the back for the seat and some shock tabs, and that'll be it. So you know, if you like it, give it a like. If you have any comments, let me know how you like the cage. I think it's pretty cool. I'll give you one more shot when we're closing out, just so you can get a good look at the whole thing. By all means, subscribe. We're going to be giving away a CVT system for you know, suited for a GY6 buggy. Should really rock it. And that's it. And with all this these times that we're in now with this whole coronavirus thing, you know, everybody be safe and take whatever necessary precautions. You know, you and your family, just be safe, be cool, be smart. And we'll give you one more look at the buggy and we'll close it out. Thanks a lot, guys.